Hey guys, Sunny Dove here. I don't post too often these days, but I just felt compelled. I finished watching the finale of the Digital Fan Festival for Final Fantasy XIV 2021 due to coronavirus pandemic. The fan festival is not a normal convention in person. It was broadcast worldwide digitally on a few platforms, and so many feels. The whole thing was it's pretty good, but something that happened at the end just really struck me. And if you were watching live, especially if you heard about it after the fact, it's been about an hour as I'm recording this since the conclusion. You probably know what I'm talking about. But I just want to talk about it. And I think probably some people out there that might be right here with me. So, Final Fantasy XIV, let me first say, is a game I've played for quite a few years now. And I played 11 before that, which was, in a sense, its predecessor.
It cannot be.
One of the big regrets I've had in playing 14 was that I didn't stick with it. I played 11 for 7 or 8 years when I was in, say, middle school, high school, a little bit into college, off and on, if I remember correctly. And then 14 was announced, and I obviously wanted to try it because it was the spiritual successor to 11, and I loved 11. I tried 14 in, I don't remember, I think it was alpha testing phase. It might have been beta. I don't remember. It's been like 10 years ago or more. But I thought the game was horrible. And it kind of was, in a lot of ways. I had high hopes for it, but to me it just wasn't fun. And because of that, I didn't stick with it. I quit before the game even officially launched because I thought it was a dumpster fire. Never in my wildest dreams would I have thought that I'd be playing this game that I thought was horrible, 10 plus years ago. I'd still be playing it today. But it's such an unheard of thing for a game to be remade, reborn. The engine was modified. They wrote a new story. Have a new director, obviously, who had a lot to do with it. Yoshi-san. It's just crazy, to me, it's very sad that I wasn't here for the whole time, because on this day, the end of Day 2 of the Fan Festival 2021, I feel like such a proud. I feel so proud to be a part of this game and this community, because I think on average we're a much better community than most games out there. I've played a lot of games in my life, and Final Fantasy XIV has one of the better communities that I've ever interacted with. People are by and large nice. And I'm not saying there aren't bad eggs out there. There's bad people in every community. But there's something about 14, whether it be because the game was rebuilt and the hardcore people stuck it out, whether it be because Yoshi-P is a good leader, a good face of the game, and he kind of inspires the goodwill, or sets a good example of how people should act. There's something. The game just propagates kindness, more so than other games in the social interactions. There's exceptions, but it's a lot better than most. But there's always room for improvement. We could do better. And I think that's another big takeaway I have from this FanFest. At the end, when they were concluding Fan Festival, the lead sound designer, who composes many of the amazing tracks in Final Fantasy XIV's expansive soundtrack. Excuse me if I mispronounce it. Masayoshi Soken. He revealed that some months ago he was diagnosed with cancer. Apparently around the beginning of the time when the coronavirus pandemic got pretty serious in Japan. So he was in a hospital for many months. I think they said maybe 6 or 7 months. And in order to have something to do, something to live for, and in order to continue contributing to Square and to Final Fantasy XIV, Soken made special arrangements, unbeknownst to most of the team, to work from a hospital, which is absolutely incredible. I was just in disbelief when I heard the interpreters or translators explaining his situation. Just now, every time I go into Cedar Sacrifice, which is one of my favorite trials in the game, if not my favorite trial that I've ever done, that track, To the Edge, is one of my favorite songs. And now, because I know that Soken composed that while he was in the hospital, that's just, I don't even know what to say. It's just it's just special. And I don't know a lot about, a lot of game developers, but I know enough about 14's dev team from what from the little windows they show us into who they are as real people, that they obviously care. There are a lot of people at Square that they really pour their blood, sweat, and tears, their hearts into this game, and I think we should just appreciate it. There's not a lot we can do to give back other than just enjoy it, and just be nice. Be nice to people in the community, and I felt guilty about any of the times I've been toxic when I thought about how hard the developers obviously work on this game, and they cultivate a good community. I'm not saying I'm a terrible person, but everybody makes mistakes, and I think I'm gonna try to do better. I ask you all to do the same. 14's devs might not be, I don't know if they're the best developers in the world, but right now they sure fucking feel like it to me. I'm proud to be a Final Fantasy XIV player. Thanks for listening.